difficult, but it's been handled very sensitively, and so we even have some high school students who are reading it. Now, if high school students are reading it, I just simply recommend that they read it along with their parent or before or after their parent, so that it can spark a conversation. Because for Melissa, it's a coming of age story. It's how she handled her own growing up to be a woman, especially, you know, after learning how her dad perceived women. She had to come to terms with honoring herself as a woman. It discusses her spirituality, her listening to her intuition, and listening to that still small voice that taught her so many things, that saved her life and eventually brought her to the church.
So Melissa and yourself, you both appeared on the Oprah Winfrey show?
Well, I was there, but I was in the back room,
okay,
assisting her, because the Oprah Winfrey show, was all about her and her story, and her mother was on there, and
okay.
her the only known living victim of her father was also there. So she had an opportunity to meet her, and they've become friends and have assisted each other to heal, which has been amazing. And recently on Dr. Phil, there was another child of a serial murderer who recently found out about his father and is coming to terms with that. And she did a fabulous job of assisting him to heal, and talked about the book a bit. And then she's also been in People magazine just recently, a couple weeks ago, and this morning on Good Morning America.
Oh. So there's a lot of interest about this story.
There is. And you know what, to me, I mean, the media interest has been beautiful, but the most rewarding thing that I've found is we've had some 60 and 70-year-olds who have emailed us or called us and said, I've lived with a similar secret all my life, and I've never told anybody. And suddenly, from Melissa's courage and the courage of this story to be able to put it out there, a story of healing, a story of transformation, a story of, you know, her coming to the church, but they're able to release their own secrets and not have to be bound by those anymore. And to me, that's the most beautiful healing miracle of this book.
Absolutely. The story about the kittens again, it touched my heart, the way you described the feelings that Melissa was going through. She realized what her father was going to do, that he's going to kill these little kittens that she was trying to hide from him. She runs to her mother to help save the kittens. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, she doesn't want to come help. So Melissa runs back out. The tears are just streaming down her face, you know, wetting her dress, and the kittens are there dead. And then later, when she uses some of this intuition that you talk about, she doesn't want to go to school. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like the first time she'd ever really missed. She loved school, she said. She loved her school, loved the kids, loved her teachers. But she had this intuition again, mm-hmm. didn't want to go. And something happens to her that day on the way home from school that, you know, again, this intuition thing brings up. And then that reminds her about another kitten incident, or cat incident, where her dad had previously tortured and killed another cat. So that day, she had the intuition. She didn't want to go to school, but she ended up going to school. Mm-hmm. But it ended up saving her life and the life of her classmates. Did that kind of thing happen to her a lot in her life?
Yes, actually. That intuition, that still small voice, that knowing, she had several different incidences where it actually did save her life, even from her father.
Oh. Well, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. I'm host Donnie Morris. We're here with Bridget Cook of Shattered Silence, and we'll be back in just a moment.